Well, today on the Christian Music Guys, we're joined uh, with a voice that's been making waves in the Christian music scene. We have the incredibly talented Sam Wesley. Whether you're a long-time listener or just discovering his music, you're in for a treat because his brand new single, Greater Than All I Know, is out now, and it's already touching many hearts. Sam, thank you so much for chatting with us, man.
Thank you guys for having me. This is really awesome. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So we like to go on Instagram on people's accounts sometime and look at the fun stuff that you guys post from time to time. And you posted a video about a month or so ago, when management calls, you need to be more serious, Sam. Show people around, be more hospitable, and then you guys just party. Is that what y'all really do?
It is. We are troublemakers on the road for sure, and they gotta keep us in check from time to time.
Have you ever? Has anyone ever? They didn't know you were the artist, and the security was like, "Dude, you're gonna get kicked out."
Absolutely. We tried to do we have these electric scooters, and day one we tried to have a race down the hallway where the dressing rooms are, and we came around this corner and there was security right there, and he was like, "Don't you ever do that again." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. What did I do?" Uh, we got in big trouble, and then management had to come in and be like, "He's playing at this show." And they were like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "No, you're doing your job. I was the dummy that just rode my scooter around the corner and
I'm
almost
the
hit you."
10-year-old.
Yeah, I'm the troublemaker. Yeah, there was a few instances, but no, it was a now it's a funny story. It wasn't at the moment, but now it's pretty funny.
So Sam, tell for those of our viewers and listeners who don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself and your pops.
Yeah, so my actual name is Sam Millard. Wesley's my middle name. I just use it to try to separate myself just a little bit. So I've grown up with the MercyMe guys. My dad's Bart, and just
I don't know who those guys are.
Yeah.
Let's see, how do I? There's cool indie band, right? In the Christian music.
Yeah. Up and coming.
Yeah. They'll be great someday. But no, I just grew up on the road around music, and music's been in our family as long as I can remember. But it wasn't really till probably 7 years ago that I was, the interest of doing it for a living kind of caught my attention, and yeah, I've just been trying to chase my own thing for a couple years. I've written a few songs with Dad and some of the other guys, and they were gracious enough to let me have a cut on one of the albums, and I just kind of poked at them. I was like, "Hey, if you're gonna cut it, can I sing on it?" And they were like, I mean, I guess so." So they let me sing on "On Our Way." We wrote that. I wrote that actually about graduating. So I was like, I'm graduating high school. I don't know what's next in life, but I'm on my way to something. That was literally the original idea. And it just caught wind with the band, and they liked it, and they've just been gracious enough to let me kind of hang with them for a little bit. But yeah, we're just trying to get some stuff going. That's my own stuff. We've been working on it for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah,
which brings you to the new single that you is out, Greater Than All I Know. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that song, gosh, it came out in March, I think. That song's actually, it is 7 years old. I wrote it around the same time I started music, or at least started working on it with a buddy named Ethan Hulse, and yeah, we wrote it at this church retreat. We were writing for our church at the time. There wasn't any initial we're writing for this artist, or this is going to go to someone. It was just like, let's see what God does with this event. It was just a weekend. And the guys that were in the room with us, we came up with the part of the chorus and like a vibe for the verse, enough to get the idea across. And it just sat on our phones and collected dust for 5 years. And it was just one of those songs that kept coming back as like we have so many demos on our phones. I'll go back and listen. Like, am I crazy? Like, is this one good or is it actually that bad that
Yeah.
I'll filter and that one just kept coming back. And I would always text the guys like, has this gone to anyone yet? Like, I really like this, and they're like, no, it's collecting dust. And I finally was like, all right, if it's not going to anyone, I'm gonna finish it because I think it's worth finishing. And about a year ago, uh, I remember I finished it the day before K-Love Awards last year. And so we were actually we went to K-Love 2 days ago, and I realized it's a year anniversary since we finished the song. Um, and so yeah, it's just been this process of like, okay, well, what does that song look like if I do it? And it kind of came to be this, little more worship and I really dig it. But yeah, it's always interesting. It's new to so many people, but to me, it's almost a decade old, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the story there, and that's really the only one of the new stuff that's older. But it's always just bugged me that nothing happened to it. So I was like, man, I really need to get to work on this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was going to be the first single to come out, but it just turned out to be. So that was a fun surprise.
Yeah, I have I do some management on the side, and I'm working with an artist, and he wrote a song back in I think 2009, 2010. Name above all, Chris. Like he recorded it years and years ago, but he wants it to be like one of his singles, and so he went back into the studio and rewrote it. And he's like, dude, it's so weird that this song sounds so like new now. And I
Yeah.
recorded it so many years ago, and it's just weird. And when he told me what year he recorded it, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, it was that long
Yeah.
ago? And so it's crazy how those songs can just sit on a shelf, and come out and be powerful,
Well, there's definitely songs that are you could say trendy or seasonal, but it is really cool to see like songs show up that are 7 or 8 years old and they still feel relevant and fresh. And that
Yeah.
was just one of them. I was like, and that's kind of the radar when you get that
Oh,
feeling. It's
yeah.
like something should happen with this. Like it shouldn't just be erased from our memories. But yeah, it was the same instance. We just heard it and was like, what is this? And I was like, because at the time it was just a voice memo. It was just like phone here and like we were up in the back corner. You can just hear us kind of humming the chorus. And my manager we were going through stuff in the car and he was like, what is that demo? And I was like, I don't know. And I had to like deep dive and we figured it out. It's just crazy. It's crazy how that works itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were at the K-Love Awards as well the other day. And so what'd you think about your dad hosting, man? All them guys together, I'm sure they got nothing accomplished.
He kept he he kept coming back to me after each bit. I don't know if I can will this be out after Caleb's are out?
No, it's this Friday, so
Okay.
you're good.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, each bit that he did, he would come back. I was front row, like on the far left, like out in the corner, and he would sneak side. And he'd be like, "Was that dumb? Was that really cringy?" And I was like, "No, no, you're fine, you're fine." He's like, "Are you sure? Because I feel like people weren't laughing. I'm really uncomfortable." I was like, "No, you're good, you're good." I was like, "It was it. I've never seen you that way, but I was like, you killed it."
Was
But
he
no,
was he was he using like skibbity toilet Riz? We usually, trying to be cool like that.
no. No, because I'm not cool that way. I am not cool. I'm so not cool. But no, he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us what the bits were. He was just like, because he knew we were coming, and he was just like, "You guys are great. I hope you guys like it, because if not, it's gonna be really awkward." Uh, and so he came out, and my whole family was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" But
Well, I
no, he did
guess
great.
when
It
it
was awesome.
airs, if he gets all these DMs, he'll know either good or bad.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's so
The
funny.
the secondhand embarrassment is real.
Well, I was like side stage right before it started, and he was getting into the suit, the first bit, the blue suit, and he was just like, you could see the second guessing once it was on. He was like, "What am I doing? Why are we doing this? Why did I say yes?" We were like, well, it's on. You got to do it. Come on.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, okay.
It's great.
But no, it was hilarious.
Well, Sam, this is a fan based podcast, and so we will get fans writing in questions to their favorite artist. And we had a fan of yours. She's a stalker. No, I'm just joking. I don't know if she is or not, but her name is Casey from Nebraska, and she wants to know the story behind your song "Overthinking."
Oh, that's a good one. So the story behind Overthinking. So
Let's make
this
something up if you
was,
can't remember.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I'm trying to remember like in order of context. So it was 2021, like summer of 21, and I decided to try college out. So I went to Lipscomb University for 1 semester, still a freshman, and I was in my dorm room and I was trying to like, you're at Lipscomb, you're with your college buddies, and we were trying to write stuff. And I had the idea for the synth, just that. There was not really a whole lyric thing, but I brought the song to my buddies Mitch Wong and Jordan Malowski, and was like, man, I got this cool. It's just vibe. I don't really have an idea yet. And literally, this is exactly how it went. We spent 3 days trying to chase an idea, and I was the one going, it's got to be cool. It's got to feel like really like pop and like that. That's a little cheesy. And Mitch literally went, Sam, I think you're overthinking this. And I was like, you might be right. And then he goes, wait a second. And he runs to the piano and starts playing it and literally just, maybe I'm, oh. Came up with the chorus right there. And I just looked at Jordan and I was like, come on. I was like, that's amazing. And so literally from that moment, we locked that down as the chorus, and the rest of the song showed up in 2 hours. We got it done. But
Yeah,
it was
That's how Mitch
it
does.
yeah, exactly. The song literally speaks for itself. People have asked me on the road how that came to be, and I'm like, it literally was me overthinking what the song should be, and Mitch was like, that is the song. Um, but yeah, that's one of the funnier stories. I'm just like, if that's not me as a writer in a nutshell, I don't know what is. I'm always like, oh, I don't know if that's cheesy or not, and Mitch is like, slow down, let's just chill out. It's cool, it's cool.
Sam, you
Yeah,
might have been overthinking the process. Get it?
absolutely. I totally was, and I still do. That hasn't changed.
Okay. Question: how many times have you heard the indie song "I Can Only Imagine"?
More than I need to.
Yeah.
We were uh we were just talking about this. We were on set. It was the it was the last day, second to last day, and Joshua Bassett was there, and he was filming a few scenes for his role, and he was like he's a big believer and he's a huge fan of the song, so he was asking my dad like, hey, do y'all I don't know what he was like, do y'all still play the song or listen to it? And I was like, dude, the first movie, I mean, literally centered around the song, and as they edit the film, they send you every single version, and you have to watch every version and make sure, it's a much more dramatic and lengthier process, but it's kind of the same as like a producer sending a new song, like, hey, I changed the verse two. What do you think about this? And be like, yeah, let's tweak that. But with them, it's like, hey, this scene, like 45 minutes in, tell me what you think about it, but watch it in context. So we'll be like, okay, okay. And no lie, we as a family probably watched like 50 edits of the movie. And by the end of it, we were all like, the song's still good, but I could go the rest of my life
Yeah.
without hearing this song.
I
If
can
I
only
see
imagine my
Like,
life without it.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
if I see
Uh,
Dennis Quaid one more time,
yeah, yeah. But no, I mean, it is, it's a interesting balance because like you're on set and they're, the whole thing they're doing is around that. You hear it every day, but then you see it on the road and you see how it still impacts people. And the crazy thing is like you still see people hear it for the first time,
Yeah.
what, 20, 30 years later. And that never gets old. Like we're always standing side stage. which fun, like we had a funny bit during that song every night of this tour. So at the end they do the whoa, whoa, and uh me, my brother, a lot of their crew, we all stand side stage, and they have this microphone that their engineer guy on the side has to like talk to them and make adjustments. And he always kicked it on each night, and we would sing that part as a group, and it would go into their ears, and he'd look over, and we're like, whoa, and we always tried to make him laugh. Well, then Dad caught on, and right as he does the high note where he goes, yeah, yeah, he would change the note every night, and it would throw us off. And so we always played this game, but no one ever noticed, and so that was our fun little little bit we did.
Yeah.
But no, it is interesting, like, because they play at every show, and I've been on almost every tour that I've been alive for, and it doesn't get old. I mean, you know, I may be biased, but I mean, I do think it's true that it's just one of those songs that is just timeless, honestly. Um, and it's such a cool moment to see literally thousands of people each night just so moved by it, and
Yeah.
it's such a cool perspective because you do hear it every night, and it can start to get repetitive, and there are some nights you may forget the impact just because it's so over and over and over. But then you step out and you just watch it, and it's such a moving moment.
Yeah.
I mean, any song really, but that one there's something different about it. It's just such a cool thing to see and witness.
Yeah. Well, we'll do this one, and then Chris, you can do the next thing. Sam, speaking of your dad, does he do things that embarrasses you, maybe on stage, or maybe when he introduces you to certain people? I mean, is there things that he does and you just cringe?
There's one that sticks out. I mean, yes, um, but on the road. So before this tour, I've been out on their tours for the last 4 years, but I've been doing sponsor work. So I've been working for a company called Children International. They're very like Compassion. I know a lot of people know Compassion. Uh, so I'd be the guy that's like either running the table up by merch and like passing child packets out, or I'd be the guy on the floor that's handing them out during
Yeah.
intermission. Dad knew that my role each night was to man the table at the end of the night, specifically at the end of the night. So I would stand on concourse on their last song, and I would hear his like final talk, and he would always say, my son is working at that table, and he loves hugs, and it's also his birthday, so if you want to sing him happy birthday, go for it. And I would hear it, and I was like, oh no, oh no, and you just have to wait. uh and so every night everyone would come by, and it's so funny, like I don't hate it, but it was the thought of him going back to his dressing room, and he's just grinning like
Yeah.
he is in for it. And it would always just be this huge, I mean, concourse, thousands of people leaving, and they're all like, happy birthday every night, and they're like, is it your birthday? I'm like, nope, it's in 6 months. But he still does it, and now it's funny to me, and I get a kick out of it, but it was so embarrassing at first. I was like, why is he doing this to me? But I'm still trying to figure out how to get him back, because he gets the last laugh as the final act, so I still don't know.
Yeah.
But that's probably the biggest one that people probably know about.
Right. And funny.
All right, Sam. Well, we do this thing called favorite things that we like to do with all of our first time guests, and we will name a category, and you just tell us your favorite thing in that category. We will start off semi-simple with favorite food.
Oh, favorite food probably has to be. I mean, honestly, can't go wrong with a cheeseburger. I mean,
Solid.
that might be like an easy pick, but it's true.
It was just Memorial Day, America. Nothing
Exactly.
like a burger.
So true. So true. America burgers.
I went to a restaurant a few weeks ago, and there was a burger, and I ate it, and it was really good. Burger with fried bananas on it and peanut butter.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that
That
was good.
sounds really good.
It was really good.
That sounds dangerous.
It's really good. I had to
like
do an insulin shot afterwards. No.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the Elvis sandwich? It's like banana,
Yeah,
peanut butter,
something
and
like that.
marshmallow fluff or something like
Yeah,
that.
and like syrup or something. Yeah.
But I guess
It's
with an added burger patty.
yeah, exactly.
What's
That's
your favorite movie?
gosh.
I can only imagine.
I almost it crossed my brain. I was like, I can't. My favorite movie, honestly, I feel like it changes a lot, but the one that usually is at the top is Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben
Okay.
Stiller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if a whole lot of people know that one, but that one
Mhm.
is I love it. And then if not that one, there's a indie film called Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I've put so many people on that movie because I feel like a lot of people didn't see it, but the the movie, the environment in the movie, the soundtrack, and it's everything about it is top notch.
Yes.
So those are my two. I'm a feel good guy when I watch movies, so those two are
Yeah.
probably my top two.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have a? Oh, go ahead, Jacob.
No, go ahead.
You like what? I'm gonna change the subject completely. So now's your time.
No, I was just gonna say, it kind of reminds me those kind of type feel good movies. I like the Truman Show movie. You ever seen that one?
Yes,
Jim Carrey.
absolutely.
That's a good one.
Yep, that one's good.
Always sad to me.
Actually,
Not a feel good.
was still
Actually,
cool.
the first time I ever saw it was this tour. I've never seen it until
Oh,
Okay.
really?
like a month ago. Yeah, we do a movie night after each show, and they're like Truman movie, and I was like, I've never seen it, and they lit up like, what? Are you kidding me? So we had to watch it. It was amazing. It was way better than I thought it'd be.
All right. Do you have a favorite show to binge?
Favorite show? Oh yeah, Modern Family, of course.
Yes.
That is my number one show of all time. It
And then
used
the
to be The Office,
and then The Chosen, right?
and then The Chosen,
Yeah.
right there. I ran into Jonathan Rumi at K-Love's and admitted to him that I haven't caught up to season 5, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Go home and watch it." And I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Just say
I'm on
I
season
know how it ends, bro.
I know what happens. I've read it before.
Yeah, I've read it. Yeah,
That's funny.
Chosen is great, but everyone in my family except for me has watched season 5, and they're like, "It's so good," and I just haven't had a chance to get to it. But that was an awkward moment. It was like, "Uh-oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Whoops.
caught red-handed."
Forgive me, God.
Whoops. Yeah. Forgive me, Jesus.
Why don't you just go walk
good.
on water or something?
Yeah. So funny.
Do you have a favorite musical artist of all time?
Yeah. The guy that literally got me, like, made me want to do music was John Mayer. That was my guy. Um, it was actually 2 records. It was John Mayer and a Coldplay record, but it was John Mayer's Born and Raised, and then Coldplay's Ghost Stories of all records. Like, I know that one was kind of a sleeper for a lot of people, but that's the first one that came out when I started like really paying attention to record releases. And there's a magic about that album that I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to make music. But yeah, John Mayer's always been my go-to. And if you want, like, in the Christian space, Need to Breathe was one that I always went back to. I loved Rivers in a Wasteland. That record is
that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
The live version of it's awesome too.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, live version is my favorite version.
Yeah.
Their live records are unbelievable.
Oh yeah. The Bridgestone Arena is like a 2-hour album.
I was there for that show.
Oh, nice.
That show was awesome. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always do it right.
And then third would be what? Bart Millard, right?
Yeah. So the solo project, the niche, the niche stuff, the deep cuts.
The deep cut.
Okay. Do you have a dream duet?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever thought about that. Off the top of my head, dream duet.
Singing with
I mean,
Mayer.
Lauren Daigle would be kind of cool. If we were in our space, Lauren Daigle would be cool. But John Mayer would be like, I would freak out a little bit. Freak out just a little bit. But no, I think Lauren would be a cool one. I love her voice so
Yeah.
much.
I mean, I could text John real quick and ask him.
Oh gosh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't. Dude, we were spring of last year, we had a day off in Bozeman, Montana, and it was just like I think we had a show in Spokane, Washington, and it was like just driving across to get to Nebraska. So we just stayed in Bozeman, and I had no idea John Mayer lives there. I had no idea. And so we spent the evening, like we went to dinner in downtown Bozeman at this like little pub, and I had no idea that like literally from walking distance across the street is where the Paradise Valley album cover was shot, like out in this field. So we went to this guitar shop the next day, like right before we were leaving, and this guy was like, "You play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a." He asked what artist, and I asked John Mayer, and he goes, "You know, he lives like right down the road." And I don't typically freak out over art people or artists in general, but I had a moment where like every word that exists I couldn't find.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I have to go, I have to go. I like walked out and was like, what? And I looked it up, and it literally was like there was the field where he shot the photo, and it was a really cool moment.
Did you go by his house and knock on the door?
Yeah, I have a restraining order, so
Yeah.
that's a bummer. That's a bummer.
It's funny.
But no, yeah, that's the closest I've ever been to him. I did see him in Columbus, Ohio. I saw a show. That was really cool. But other than that, yeah, John Mayer would be a cool duo though. Duet.
Grace, you got the next
What?
one?
Do I? I
Yeah.
just did Dream Duet. I'll do another one. Okay, favorite ice cream flavor.
Cookies and cream. Absolutely.
Cookies and cream.
I was trying to do something really like cool and unique. But I was like, no, I
Yeah.
can't beat that.
Yeah. What about a last one? Favorite podcast?
This one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course, this one. Absolutely.
Management sent you the email.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. No, but gosh, podcasts. I don't watch a whole. Well, I guess I listen to them.
Or audiobooks. Some are like do audiobooks instead of.
There's a is True Crime a podcast? There's like a murder mystery podcast that my dad got me really hooked to. I can't remember the name of it, but it is kind of audiobook. It's not really. It's not this. It's more like just a narrator. But he sets up a podcast and talks about it. That or Rick Rubin talking about his records, like his Tom Petty records he's produced. That is a masterclass if you're an artist or a creative. Like watching him and how he just, I mean, they literally just create. There's no overthinking. There's no like, well, we got to think about content and all all the stuff we have to think about nowadays. They just get in a room and they're like, I want to write about this and that might actually be my favorite. Rick Rubin's podcast about Tom Petty.
Is that the Tetragrammaton?
I don't remember it.
I don't remember.
It was something records. I think is Broken Record.
Okay,
know it.
Broken Record podcast. Yeah.
It might be that.
Okay.
But that one is like he is such a wizard when it comes to production and songwriting and like following the artist's vision and just how he does it. I could never do it, but it blows my mind just how awesome he is at doing what he does.
Well, Sam, what is next for you, and how can our viewers and listeners keep up with you?
Well, we're working on a project right now. We're currently writing it, so looking at releasing stuff later this year. I'll be at Momentum tomorrow. I guess Wednesday was that before
Yeah.
20. I don't know what tomorrow is. But we'll be at Momentum, and then all summer I'm just kind of going back to the creative space and finishing a EP or album. We don't know what it'll be something. We'll see how many songs we get, and then I'll be on the road with Natalie Grant and MercyMe in October and November. So that's probably those are probably the next shows, and then the rest is just trying to get a project finished before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
Um,
No Christmas
yeah.
stuff.
Maybe. I told management, I was like, right now I'm just kind of booking month by month. So they were like, what's your June schedule look like? And I was like, right now I have nothing going on. So they're like, oh, great, great. Um, but no, maybe not Christmas stuff this year. There's so much prep for the movie that we aren't really thinking about. The movie got moved up from it was March 26th, and now I think it's February 20th, I think. Um, and so they moved it up for us because we'll be on tour. So we can be at the premiere and be present for that. And so I think we'll do a handful of shows in the fall, and then it's just kind of full steam ahead with the movie. And then we'll see what next year looks like. But
Yeah. So if John Mayer calls you this year and says, "Hey, let's do a Christmas song together," you fit it in your schedule.
I will quit everything for that. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I was just talking to one of my buddies, and we were talking about, I don't remember specifically what it was, but it was something like duets, and I was like, that would never happen. Oh, we were talking about Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll doing a song,
Yeah.
and I was like, I asked, I wonder how many other like mainstream artists would say yes to collabs just if we asked. And he was like, dude, it's, you got to think of it as like a Christmas wish list. Like, you won't ever know if you get it if you don't ask.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? That's a fair point. So
Yeah.
I was like, keep that in mind for someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
A
not
no
'cause you
doesn't
ask
hurt
not.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Little DM here and there doesn't hurt anybody, right?
Yeah. Till you
Well,
get that
Sam-
restraining order.
I'll keep you guys updated,
Yeah.
but you may see an article soon.
Lord. Well, Sam, to wrap up, we'd like to see if you'd be willing to share something that God's been doing in your life recently that would help build our viewers and our listeners' faith.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing that is on my heart right now is I as I'm going through this music thing and like exploring what it looks like for Sam to be doing stuff independently. I've been wrestling with the whole idea of like, man, is my what is my why? Like, why am I doing this? And like, what's my story, and why is my story important to share? And even with a movie, I've asked the same questions, like, why is this worth putting so much deep attention to? It's just my story. And as we've been on the road, I've been chatting with so many people each night, and I think honestly, I figured out the why through them. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm type 1 diabetic. I've been that way since I'm 2. And as I've grown up, I've realized a lot of people don't understand the difference between type 1 and type 2. So a lot of people, when I say I'm diabetic, they just assume I'm type 2, and they always say like, well, you did that to yourself, you just ate poorly. It's not true. I mean, type 1 is chronic. So I've had it since I'm 2. It just happened. That's just my part of my story that I share on stage. And so I've started telling my story from stage, and I'll talk to people after the show. And like, there's been so many people that relate to that, which has been my whole thing of like, why is it that important? And they probably don't even know how much it meant to me that they shared their story. And like, man, you shared this from stage, and I just got diagnosed a week ago, and it's moving to see someone with type 1 doing what they want to do and seeing that doesn't hold them back. And so, I mean, just, it's been really fulfilling for me to see that people relate to my story, and to know that it's not for nothing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, my encouragement is if you're trying to chase the why, just keep chasing it, because God will reveal that in time. It's all His timing, and that's just kind of been this whole season for me. It's just been timing, and trusting that his plan is the right plan and the only plan. For me, there's no plan B. If this doesn't work out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But no, it's been incredible to see, like, even just from January, just to see just looking back and going, wow, I see him here, here, and here, and this is why this happened, and this is why this person at this show, took the time to talk to me, thinking, it's so nice to me, but they didn't realize that they were pouring into me just as much as I may have to try pour into them. And so, and you never know how much you impact someone. And I think it's just a matter of, like, what is my purpose? And honestly, a lot of people at these shows are helping me figure that out. But that's kind of the mindset I've been sitting in recently, is just being really grateful for people and people coming to the show. And yeah, it's a concert, but I've tried to explain this to people here, like, that also do what I do, and I'm like, man, I have grown up seeing it a completely different way of, like, it's a show, it's a concert, but more particularly in the Christian space, it's more than that. I mean, you see people, their lives are being changed, and honestly, like, to hear someone say, my life has changed because of your song, I never thought I'd hear that. I'm not expecting that, but them sharing their time and sharing their experience has completely changed who I am in the last 2 months. And has really it's just wind in my sails. And
Yeah. I
hope I could have given that to them too, but I don't think they understand how much it meant to me. So yeah, I mean, it sounds cliche because it's in one of my songs, but it's just the whole idea of God's not done with you yet. That's just been that phrase has been an anchor in my life for a while, but really more in the last few weeks and months than it has ever been. But if anyone that's been to those shows or watching this, like, you guys have, oh my gosh, you've changed my life. And it really wasn't just another meet and greet. I think that's kind of a dumb phrase, but it really was, like, it really changed me and impacted me greatly. So thank you guys for taking the time to say hi.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you for chatting with us. Greater Than All I Know, latest song is out. Yeah, man. Appreciate your time.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And I will leave you, Sam, with this. To see the world, things dangerous to come to see behind walls, draw closer, to find each other and to feel. That is the purpose of life.
Absolutely. I was about to go look for something, but I actually don't know where it is. I have a wallet from when I was like 15, and it has
Really?
that. I just gaff taped it onto the cash slip and put it in there. But
for those of you who don't know, that is the quote from The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's not just some weird thing I was just saying to him.
This is not a it's not an inside joke.
Yeah.